Ashley Bullington, with more on this matchup here tonight.
South Hills is currently on a 12-game win streak in district play. And after graduating a very successful senior class in 2016, I asked Coach Resendez how he's been able to keep the winning culture for his team. He said that it's all on them. They've bought into the program and what his coaches have to say. They give 150% every day. They always believe that they can win. The last time they lost, though, was in 2015 to OD Wyatt. We'll be back with more ASBN football right after the break.
Jay Resendez, the head coach of South Hills.
Yes, guys, you know, one of the big things I asked him was what was the turning point for you guys in the season? And he said week 5, they were down 17 points. He didn't know if they were going to be able to come back. Trey Jones looked at him and said, Coach, we got this. And they won in the last play of overtime to keep their winning streak alive. And as we saw Trey Jones down just a second ago, he's back up, he's walking off the field, so we'll see. I'll give you more updates on that later in the game.
Of course, can't allude to what the.
I'm here with Michael Franklin Jr. Michael Franklin III is on OD Wyatt. So how did the name get started? How many Michael Franklins are there?
Well, there's 3 Michael Franklins. It started with my father. My grandmother named him Michael Franklin. Basically, Michael came from the name of an angel. So then my father named me Michael Franklin Jr. and then we named him Michael Franklin. So got 3 generations of Michael Franklins.
So your son right now is currently not playing, but he is a senior. How proud are you of him and all these accomplished? This is your first son to go through high school. Kind of talk about being a parent right now.
It's a good feeling. When he was growing up, I introduced him to soccer first, and then from there, I seen what he could do on the soccer field. Then I decided to put him in football, and from there, I seen the gift that he had. From the teams, I actually put him on some teams that were probably that wasn't winning at the time. He played quarterback ever since, and once he got on those teams, those teams had a winning season. So I seen that gift within him. So I just had him to stick with it, send him to camps, and hey, it paid off so far.
You talked about teams that weren't always winning. How important is it to teach children how to lose as well as how to win?
Well, it's kind of hard. I guess when I was coming up, it was kind of difficult because there was a lot of competition at the time. So just knowing that I didn't want to be a loser, so I tried to push and grind hard. And it's the exact same thing I try to teach my kids. You're not going to win them all, but from the times that you do lose, strive from that and get better. And then once you start winning, you don't want that feeling again of losing. Once you start winning, a lot of people are out to get you. Just try to, like, for instance, track. If you're always winning in track, a lot of people that's in second and third, they're trying to beat you. So I always try to push once you start winning, keep on continuing doing what you're doing to get there.
So you mentioned track, and you also mentioned back in your day. So let's talk about your record. How long has it been in place? How proud are you of that record? And do you hold on to it at all? Can you still run that fast? That's my big question. Can you still run that fast?
Can I still run that fast? I'm as fast as I was then, but I can still run. I trained my son in summer track, so as I was training him, I still run time to time. So yeah, I can still go, but I'm not going to get out there and try to hurt myself. But the record still stands 19 years now, so if we make it through this season, it'll be 20 years. It was kind of big, but raising my kids up, I never did tell them that I did that. So as they got older, they started hearing from people like, your dad was on this record team, and then they started talking to me about it, because I want them to choose their own destiny. I didn't want them to feel pressure to run track or do anything. So other than that, it paid off for me. So graduate from the University of Texas, running track, All-American. So yeah.
So not only do we have Michael Franklin Jr., we have Michael Franklin III, and we have Malik Franklin. So is there an athletic rivalry going on between all of you guys? We're going to ask Malik first.
Yes, it actually is, because all of us are trying to beat each other and trying to strive our best to become better at every sport that we do.
So Dad, still rivalry going on in the house?
Yeah, a little bit. Actually, he's pretty good at he's pretty good at almost all sports. Michael, he'll say every time, Dad, I'm gonna be faster than you, which is good. I want you to be faster than me. But my daughter, she's actually one of my, I guess, the biggest fans. She loves track a lot. So we'll see who's going to stand out the most when it comes to that.
Well, thank you guys so much. Rob, Jay, you have your future you're looking at right here in football and track. So back up to you.
Thanks, Ashley. And Michael Franklin, the third bulletin with more from the sidelines.
Thanks, guys. So y'all didn't know you were going to get a history lesson tonight, but you're definitely going to. Fort Worth was started in 1843, so the mid-1800s, and became a huge part of the Chisholm Trail trading post in the early 19th century. So we stuck to that out here in Fort Worth, a big part of that being the Fort Worth Stockyards, where they still have a cattle drive twice a day, once at 11 and once at 4. So sticking to the roots here in Fort Worth, along with other things like the museums and the Fort Worth Zoo, all kinds of stuff to do here in Fort Worth. Guys,
I know you're highly excited to perhaps visit the Stockyards or near the Stockyards, Billy Bob's of Texas, great live music venue, and the great Willie Nelson. You want to talk about Texas? You can't talk Texas without talking Willie. Back and forth with Ashley tonight. See what she may have for us down there on the sidelines. So let's go ahead and check in with Ashley.
Hey guys, so have y'all looked at the feed? We had a guy from Venice, Austria watching, all the way over in Europe. I think that is such a cool thing that this Facebook broadcast is getting to be broadcast internationally. So people from all over the world are getting to see this game that we are broadcasting tonight right now. We've seen guys from Wisconsin, Missouri, all the way here to Texas, but I thought that was something that we needed to put out there, that we saw a guy named Thomas watching from Austria. Thanks, guys. Coach Resendez, talk about your team's play in this first half.
First quarter was excellent, both offense and defense. Second quarter, we got to get better. We got to get them off the field. We didn't do a good job of that. Gave up 2 big plays, and that accounted for their scores. Got to get better, keeping our offense on the field and our defense off the field. That's what our key to our success has been.
And you kind of had a little bit of a scary moment with Trey Jones going down. He seems to be good now. What was that moment like for you guys?
It's always scary to have a young man go down regardless of who it is, but he's okay. He's got all his faculties, he's good, and he's back on the field, and he's one of our leaders. We got to have him out there.
And what are you going to say to these guys as they come back out for the second half?
Finish the game. We got 24 minutes, and we're the outright district champion. If you can't get up for that, you can't get up. So 24 minutes, and we're good.
Thank you so much, Coach. See you in the second half.
Thank you, Ashley. JJ Resendez. I like the name since my name's Jay, and I love the beard.
A lot of people watch the show Friday Night Lights, the one that's based in Odessa, and Texas football is pretty much exactly what you see in Friday Night Lights. The whole town shuts down. The Friday Night Lights are some of the biggest in Texas. Texas football is king. I got the chance to talk to Coach Resendez, who we just saw a couple minutes ago earlier today, and I asked him, what is Texas high school football? And this is the exact quote he gave us. He said, there's no sense of community and family that's bigger than Texas high school football. Here in Texas, it's king, and it brings the whole community together. Last week, I was actually in Bay City, and I drove through the town at 7 o'clock. There was nothing open. It was just shut down. It's so cool to see atmospheres like that, because you don't really see that in the pros. You don't see that in college football.
Yep.
But here in Texas, high school football is king. Guys. Thanks, guys. I'm here with O.D. Wyatt's head coach. Coach, what did you say to your guys in the locker room?
We just need to pick it up. We came out slow. They talked about the weather before the game even started. I told this is football weather. They need to get that out of their mind. And let's come out here and be the football team that we know we are.
And it was senior night for your guys tonight. How special is that for you to get to see these guys?
Every year, because that's what this is all about. Molding young men to be able to move on, to go out and be good family men, to do the things in life we know they can do. So it's about moving on.
And you kind of touched on what you want to see from your team in the second half, but what do you want to see from these guys in the second half?
Hard play. I know they can play harder than what they just played, and we just need to come out and execute.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Good luck.
Thank you, Ashley. Of course, right there, Coach Zachary Chris, head coach of Wyatt. You know, we look at the scoreboard, it's 32 to 12 football in the country. Let's go down the field, check in with Ashley.
So you guys know how Miami has the big chain. Well, South Hills High School has the key ball that they wear after they have a touchdown. And I got the honor to get to try it on tonight, but I had to show you guys. We saw this earlier in the game, and I was asking what it was, and they said it's after every touchdown, so I feel kind of cool the fact that they let me actually wear it. I think it's a really nice addition to my attire.
It does match. I will give you that. You do have style down there, Ashley.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
But that would be like it's kind of fitting because you're getting to wear that without scoring a touchdown. You might want to save it for a couple of TCU
I might need
players.
to take it off then before I drink some. Thanks, guys.
Tied this thing up.
Let's go down to Ashley on the sidelines, knotted up 32-all.
Thanks, guys. One of the things Coach Resendez said before the game was that O.D. Wyatt always gets in the game. We heard that from all the South Hills coaches, actually. And you're seeing it here tonight as they've tied it up 32-32 with coming back from a 26-point deficit. So O.D. Wyatt giving these guys a game. Thanks, guys. I'm here with Trey Jones's parents, T.J. Jones, and, I'm sorry, one more time, Tashawn. So can we talk about how proud you guys are of your son?
Well, we're very proud of him. He's done tremendously well getting to this point where he's at, so we're very proud of him.
I'm very proud of him mostly because of how he grew up. He's grown up in front of our eyes a lot, and that's mainly what I'm proud of. He's really worried about his education as well on the next level, so I'm really proud of him.
And tonight was senior night for you guys. How surreal is that moment? Like, this is one of the last games your kid's going to play. He's a senior in high school, about to go off to college. I mean, how surreal is this for you guys?
Well, I personally think it's very surreal because he's one of my babies, and him growing up and going to UMass where he's going. So it's kind of nerve-wracking a little bit, but I'm very proud of him and happy.
It was surreal. I was his coach since he was 6 years old, so I teared up a little bit at the beginning of senior night. Man, he was my rider. He was with me since he was 6. Now he's 18. Now he's 6 to be gone.
And we have an appearance.
But yeah, it really hadn't hit me, but it kind of has.
And he's going to UMass. That's kind of far away from home. What went into that decision as a family? And I mean, what are you guys thinking, sending your kid off to Massachusetts of all places?
Well, actually, when we visited, it was more of a vibe of Fort Worth that we both got when we visited there. And so it was more of a hometown feel. So it was an easy decision. And actually, it's a decision that he made on his own. So.
He completely made that decision on his own. I personally like it because it will give him a chance to grow up. He can't just come back home if things go bad. He's gonna have to grow up.
One of the cool things about what we're doing today is that this is a Facebook game, and we get to develop stories and get to talk about these guys. Can you talk about your son as a person, like not just who he is on the field, but who he is off?
Well, Trey is very sociable kid. He gets along with everyone. He has a good heart on and off the field. That's just how he is.
He's a tremendous kid, tremendous heart. He has a good heart. He jokes a lot. He doesn't take things really serious. He's a great kid.
So senior night's a big moment, but graduation is even bigger.
Yeah.
Are y'all ready for that yet?
I'm not personally, no. I'm not ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready for it. We have 2 more behind him. So it's about time for him to go be a man.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. Jay, Rob, back up to you.
Thank you, Ash.
So I don't know if anybody else didn't know what a chaparral was, but I decided I was going to look it up. I didn't see any comments on Facebook, but I was curious. And a chaparral is shrubland or heartland, and I knew that couldn't be what O.D. Wyatt was named after. So I looked it up again. So Chaparral is actually a road runner. So they're named after the road runner and not the heartland that you can find in California, guys.
Wow, what a catch there.
What a catch indeed. Let's go down to Ashley, back down on the field, Ash.
Thanks, guys. So just a moment ago, you saw a really cool gathering of both teams. Coach Resendez talked to the O.D. Wyatt team and just told them, you guys were out on the field, you gave it your all. We love playing you guys. You always give us a good game. Not only that, but we are behind you. We're a Fort Worth ISD. All of us come together and play and support each other. So just a really cool experience between those guys. I'm going to get Coach Resendez here in just a minute. So guys, back up to you real quick.